And welcome back. Thank you again for watching Sunday Brunch with Lubna. Of course, आप TV1 देखते हैं, हमारे ढेर सारे डिफरेंट शोज़ होते हैं, डिफरेंट शहरों में होते हैं. आप लोगों के लिए TV1 लेके आते हैं इसी तरह के प्रोग्राम्स. चाहे आप शिकागो से देखते हैं प्रोग्राम्स या ज़्यादा से हमारे शोज़ आने लगे हैं वर्जीनिया से, ह्यूस्टन से, न्यूयॉर्क से, तो आते ही रहते हैं. तो ज़रूर देखते रहे TV1, ढेर सारे डिफरेंट शोज़, प्रोग्राम्स. And I have to say it's really wonderful being a part of TV1 because एक आइडिया होता है कि यहाँ पे ह्यूस्टन में एक टीवी चैनल आए एंड इट्स ऑलरेडी बिन ऑलमोस्ट आई थिंक मोर देन 2 years, 2 साल होने वाले हैं दैट TV1 हैज़ बिन हियर. अब कहते नहीं है TV1 आया और TV1 यहाँ पे रहा. That's even a bigger thing. Once you do something, you actually are able to do it. And I think it's a great team in New York, a great team right here in Houston, which I think is really, really important. क्योंकि कोई भी anything that you do, if you don't have a good team, it's not going to prosper. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. So I wasn't a speech there, right? I wasn't giving a speech. It was not written down. I'm not kidding. But I think it's important to acknowledge those things. And I'm sure even with you guys in school and stuff, that you guys know that a team work is really important, and the support you get, it makes a difference. Being anything, right? What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm part of the MSA. Like we said earlier, and it's definitely a team effort. Like if there weren't multiple officers and each wasn't giving their perfectly assigned specific like targets that they had to fulfill, then like the entire corporation wouldn't work as well as it does.
Of course, definitely. मुझे नंबर भी देना था यहाँ का, अगर आप लोगों ने भी कॉल इन करना है. हमारा नंबर है 855-886-6387 एक्सटेंशन 4. आप कॉल करके हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं उनसे भी बात कर सकते हैं. आपने शो के बारे में कुछ कहना है, एनीथिंग एट ऑल यू लाइक टू से, यू कैन शेयर विद अस. दिस इज़ अ लाइव शो, तो मैंने तो बता दूं आप लोगों को. और ऑफ कोर्स वन मोर थिंग, आई ऑलवेज आई डोंट नो इफ यू गाइस वॉच माय शो और नॉट. आई डोंट नो इफ यू गाइस वॉच TV1 or not. You're smiling, like yes. But the thing is, on this show, I always have a different. This is the first time I actually have someone from high school, someone who's a college student, because I think to know what's happening in where you are, I think it's really important. Especially living here in the US, a lot of people, बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ पे move हो रहे हैं US के अंदर. बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ पे सोच रहे हैं move होने के लिए. सब लोग कनाडा में भी देख रहे हैं, and they have that thing. They want to know what's going on inside that. क्योंकि हम तो नहीं जा सकते ना high school में और देखें क्या हो रहा है. So I think it's really important to get your perspectives on different things. It's really, really important.
Yeah.
So I think we need to kind of shed some light on what your thoughts are on different things.
I mean, I actually, okay. So my parents were like watching this show, and I was in the kitchen, and I watched this show. I was like, it looks interesting, so I started watching a little more and more, and I actually really like it because you're not like the typical Desi TV host, like being all religious and stuff. Like you're actually like out,
right.
And I actually like that.
Oh, thank you.
And so thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And that's my thing, because I've seen different shows, and my thing is, if you have like TV is a very big platform, which I'm going to talk about. We have another call right now. Assalamu alaikum, आप ऑन एयर हैं?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम लुबना जी, आप कैसी हैं?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आपका क्या हाल है?
जी मैं भी ठीक हूँ. मेरा नाम गज़ल है और मैं आज के टॉपिक के हवाले से बात करना चाह रही थी.
जी जी.
कि आपके स्टूडेंट्स बहुत अच्छी बात कर रहे हैं, और यहाँ रहते हुए भी और अपनी लैंग्वेज को प्रमोट करना, अपने कल्चर को प्रमोट करना, जिस तरीके से वो बात कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा लगा सुन के. और आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही हैं. मैं उनके लिए, आपके जो स्टूडेंट्स को आप लेकर आए हैं, उनके अपकमिंग फ्यूचर के लिए भी बहुत सारी विशेस करना चाहती हूँ. बेस्ट विशेस फॉर देम. और आप भी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही हैं यहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, और हो सकता है जो हमारे मुल्क से आने वाले स्टूडेंट हों, सुनकर वो बहुत इनकरेज होंगे.
बिल्कुल.
थैंक यू सो मच.
और शो के बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगी आप, आज के शो के बारे में? यूजुअली मैंने कभी हाई स्कूल स्टूडेंट या
बहुत अच्छा है. जी
थैंक यू. तो ये थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट शो मैंने रखा है, मैंने कहा ताकि ज़रा सा यहाँ का भी लोगों को, इन लोगों का भी एंगल हम देखें ना, कि क्या हो रहा होता है स्कूलों में.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. नहीं, बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक लिया है और बहुत अच्छा आज का शो जा रहा है.
थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू सो मच अगेन आपकी कॉल का. थैंक यू वेरी मच. एंड दैट वाज सो स्वीट, जो दुआएं हमें मिली हैं इस वक्त, आप लोगों को मिली. एंड आई थिंक यू गाइस आर ऑन नेशनल टीवी, सो दैट मस्ट बी, you guys can add that to your
to our resume, like
to your resume on TV1. But one thing I want to say that's really important, that whenever I do a show, I always think, especially TV being such a, that's what I was saying right before the call, that TV just as a platform, like you really cannot be, it's such a big, you can have such a big spectrum of audience. And not only that, you know, when you have a platform, you have to use it wisely. इसको हम सही तरह से इस्तेमाल करें. And you were talking about me hosting the show. I've seen shows where वहाँ पे शादियाँ हो रही होती हैं और उस host की मतलब friends की they've married for 20 years, 20 साल शादी को हो गए, वो फिर से reenactment कर रहे हैं 20 साल के बाद, या कि जो host है वो अपने बच्चों को लेके आ रही हैं या वो अपने मियाँ को लेके आ रही हैं. My thing is, you know, how is this benefiting anyone?
Yeah.
And the reason why I do this TV show is because I feel if it benefits even one person. Right now I'm sure जो लोग देख रहे हैं और वो बच्चे हाई स्कूल में जाने वाले हैं या वहाँ मूव हो रहे हैं या they don't know कि भी क्या हो रहा है, they don't know about these things. Like you were talking about what happens at your college, those different signs that they give. A lot of parents don't know that. A lot of people who have moved here because वो भी बहुत बड़ी transition होती है.
There's a big gap.
It's a very big gap, and then you know with you guys giving your angles on it, you know it makes, I think it helps somebody out. So that is one of the reasons why I do this, because if I'm sitting here and if I'm going to start bringing my family into this, then you know what, that's great, but how is that benefiting anyone?
Exactly.
You know?
I think that's a problem with a lot of shows that are on right now. It's just for like blank entertainment, basically.
Right.
It's nothing like educational or beneficial to other people. It's just to fill the time.
Of course.
So I think what you're doing is great. Like, thank you for having us.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. But you guys aren't going yet. You guys will go in a few
Of
minutes.
course,
But you know, so that is something I did just want to talk about. And you know, my thing is, of course, we have a different audience watching, but I also want to bring people from high school watching. I want people from colleges to be a part of it and you know take part into this. And of course, I do want to give out the number. अगर आपने भी कॉल करना है, हमारा नंबर है 855-886-6387 एक्सटेंशन 4. और आप भी हमारे कैसे बात कर सकते हैं या आपने कोई कमेंट देना हो शो के बारे में. One more thing I want to talk about was obviously, you know, you guys, you're in high school, mashallah, you're in college. And what I wanted to ask you guys was, and I'll ask you first, that what career are you going to go towards? I mean, I know you're a sophomore in college, right?
Yeah, so I'm going towards medical. I want to be a pediatrician, and so I'm in the pre-med field. I'm majoring in biology.
Okay.
And so it's a lot.
Well, when you become a pediatrician, I want you to stay in touch, and I'll be like, remember in 2016, you came here and you were part of my show? Definitely. No, that's wonderful. And Liriba, I wanted to ask you that what career path are you going towards?
I also want to be in medical, and I want to become an anesthesiologist.
Okay, all right. And when you're an anesthesiologist, you make sure you remember me, and I'll be like, remember you guys were on my show.
We'll give you discounts.
No, hopefully not. I won't be an anesthesiologist, but no, I think it's important, and especially the support a community gives each other, people give each other. I think it's important because sadly, हमारी community में क्या होता है? And I know people are going to be emailing and calling right after the show to in New York saying, you know, why did she say this? हम एक दूसरे को काटने बैठे हैं. You know, in our community, that is a very big problem we have.
Unfortunately.
You know, अगर कोई कुछ अच्छा कर रहा है, we want to ruin it. अगर आप खुश नहीं हो सकते अगले के लिए, जलने का फायदा क्या है? Don't be jealous about it. You know, be happy. If you're doing something good, you should be happy. If you know, if you're doing good, you guys need to be happy with each other. And I know you guys are. But I'm talking about generally speaking, लोग एक दूसरे से जलते बहुत हैं. And I think as a society, we need to bring that change. Well, I think it's time to wrap up the show. And Lyra, I'm going to start off with you. Thank you so much for coming out. I know it's early for you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming to the show and giving us the opportunity to have a talk with you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you so much. And Isha, with you too, thank you so much for coming out and for being a part of the show.
I didn't think like I'd be on TV like with you so soon. Like my mom watches the show, and so I started watching like whenever I have time. So it's good to be here. Thanks.
Okay, good. And I'm sure you guys taped this in DVR.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, you guys were watching it, like, oh, the masters. And I know there were so many questions. I mean, one thing I want to say with these students, I have to say, you know, we were not, हमने कोई वो नहीं किया था कि मैं ये सवाल पूछूंगी. क्योंकि मुझे ये होता है कि, you know, I want them to be natural. And you had to see them off the camera. because बातें Liriba was like laughing. And even her, I mean, you guys were इतने different थे ये लोग जब हम off camera थे. पता है क्या करना था? हमें we should have done the recording without letting you guys listen.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
That would have been embarrassing.
But you know, but that shows the natural part about you guys, and I think you guys did amazing. And I know you guys are like, you know, TV and stuff, but I think it's important, the encouragement, and especially the next generation, which you guys are. I think you guys will do great.
Yeah, it's good. It's important to like let other people know that everything's going to be okay. Like there are stepping stones, and you're gonna be on each one.
And then, you know, with the cultural difference and our elders and us, I know it's a big difference, but I think we'll be able to narrow out that gap.
Yeah.
If we do it nicely, you know.
Yeah.
प्यार से करेंगे, मम्मी डैडी सुन लेंगे.
Everything with love, definitely.
With love, right? Because my thing is, you know, whenever you do something, the way you say it or the way you, I think the way you address that issue, I think that makes a difference.
It does.
So if you want to win, you just say, "Don't please make us no." I bet your parents must be like, "Oh my God, Lubna is messing me up." The thing is, I think it's a way of saying things. I think you two are definitely steering in the right direction. I think you guys are going to do wonderful. Anyway, of course, आप लोगों से ढेर सारी बातें थी, ढेर सारी discussion थे. Few more minutes to go, and then we'll have to wrap up the show. I do want to, of course, tell you about Honey Derm products. जैसा आपको बताया मैंने, डॉक्टर मूसा के बारे में, आप इन्हें भी कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड आई कैन नॉट एम्फसाइज इनफ, दिस इज़ 100% शहद की चीज़ें बनी हुई हैं, खालिश शहद की चीज़ें हैं ये, और ये 100% हलाल हैं. क्या मसला रहता है यहाँ पे यूएस में रहते हुए कि यार इसमें ये है, उसमें वो है, you don't want that. So again, you can call and you can check with Hairback and Honey Derm products. Anyway, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Next week फिर मुलाकात होगी आपकी और हमारी. दुआ में याद रखिएगा. I'll talk to you all next week.